Personally, I never tell anyone that I have money or that I have a lot of money. I don't think that I have to be the smartest person in this room. I'm not the smartest person here. Anyone in this room who considers themselves the smartest is responsible for everything. The moment you say you're the smartest in this room, all the responsibility falls on you. Just think, everything is over. I know a lot of what I say probably hits home for you, but some of it is real, and you need to pay attention to it. Thank you.
Doctor, the question is, how can we build a connection with someone? Suppose I meet the president, and I want to win his trust from the very first meeting. And then, if I want to meet with him again, I want him to invite me back. So, what should I do? Or what kind of conversation should we have so that I can win his trust?
In Afghanistan, there's a misunderstanding that when you meet an important person, you should talk about yourself and show how much you've done. Important people are busy and don't care what you've done or your job. For example, if my friend Habib meets an important person and tries to impress them by listing achievements like working at various stations or doing different kinds of work, the important person won't care. They don't care what you've done or haven't done, let alone what you can or can't do. So, if you meet an important person, don't try to sell yourself. First, you should show them their own value and ask them for advice. Let me show you 2 ways. Give you 2 examples, 2 scenarios. I meet an important person. I tell them I'm a skilled doctor. I've done many surgeries. Many people are busy with me, and I'm happy to have met you. Is this better? Or if I tell them I'm a doctor who does surgeries, but I think your experience is much more important? In your opinion, what should I do to become an even better doctor? Now this important person understands that he is a doctor who performs surgeries, but at the same time, he is seeking my advice. So he becomes interested in what I have to say. He becomes a fan of my words. I've seen many young Afghans present their qualities to an important person, saying, I've done this, accomplished that, been involved in these activities, and that person, maybe a boss, just sits there, scrolling on their phone, looking away, or breathing deeply, clearly uninterested, giving no value back to what was said. You just want to sell yourself, make yourself seem important. If you were important, why chase that boss? So, you're not the important one here. In that room, the winner is the person sitting across from you. When we talk to people, the first thing we want to do is talk about ourselves. For example, a boss calls me into the office, and I start telling him that I have 5 siblings. I work really hard in this office. No one else works as much as I do. My salary is low. If I keep talking about myself and don't show the boss his position and don't make him feel important, I'll lose out. When I go to my boss, I say, Boss, I heard you recently had 2 or 3 new children. Just once, see his reaction. If it's not good, I'll stop. He should value me because I've shown respect. Basically, if you want to have an important place in the life of an important person, before you try to sell yourself, you need to value what's important to them. First, show them you value what matters to them. Then, in the conversation, introduce yourself. In every part where you introduce yourself, involve them. For example, if I say I have a beautiful voice, Boss, your voice is great, mashallah. How can I make my voice even better? This way, you're acknowledging the strength of their voice. I tell my boss that I am a very good speaker, but boss, Your face is really beautiful. If you become a speaker, you might become famous. Now, that gentleman says that when he was young, he tried a lot, but it didn't work out. So what we always do is sell ourselves without giving any value to the other person's territory or what's important to them. So your point is that when you go somewhere to get a job, instead of just sitting there and saying, I can do this and that, you should actually consult with them and have a conversation. Exactly, that's it. In your opinion, it's better to build relationships and... Exactly, what I'm saying is, it's not really important how important you are. What matters is how important the person sitting across from you is, and how you can prove that they are the most valuable person in the room. We often think that we should approach our boss in a way that shows, I want to show you that you're making a mistake. I'm here to guide you. You made a mistake, boss, you're wrong. We think if we say this, the boss will be happy. If you tell your boss he's on the wrong track, he won't want to hear it. Most of the time, today, the people who win flatter others. I'm not saying you should flatter anyone. I'm saying you should logically convince your boss. Convince him in a way that he sees his own benefit in it. For example, there's an employee who says, boss, if you keep going this way, you'll lose your best people. I have 5 brothers. One of them loses his job. What's that to me? I still have my job. Why should I care if you have 5 brothers or not? What's the need? If you want to convince him, boss, tomorrow I'll lose 5 of my brothers. Another person will lose 2 of his brothers. If he gets more brothers, then you'll end up with 10 brothers. Now justice is established. But in what way did the boss benefit from this? Usually, when we go to the bosses, it's to complain. Is it so he gives us justice or privileges? Why? What's the need? Why should a boss reduce your 5 brothers? Why should a boss increase your salary? Why should a boss give you an important position? Why should a boss trust you unless he sees benefit for himself? We forget this main point. We want justice only when the other side gets nothing. If you want justice, create a system where the boss feels powerless. If you establish justice but claim control over its process, no one will grant you justice. I brought justice in one place. I give all our credit to our boss. I told the boss I couldn't have brought about this justice or established order without you. If you don't help me, I can't move forward. The boss is happy because he feels that he is the one who brought about justice, because that is his right, because he is at a higher level than you. That's why you have to give him the sense that his position is secure. You have to be loyal to him and committed to working under his authority. If you don't give him that feeling, he'll think you're trying to take his place, even if you have no such intention.
Important. Another important question, Dr. Sabe, is that some of your friends or relatives, like your uncle or someone else, act as your guarantor. For example, let me use myself as an example. I want to come and reach a certain position. Suppose my uncle or a friend or anyone else is involved. He starts to act possessive, kind of stingy about it. What is your opinion about this? Why does he become possessive or act stingy?
I say that every person naturally has a sense of stinginess, and anyone can be stingy. Let me give an example. I have a friend named Habib, and this friend of mine knows the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Now, what should he do? Should he introduce me to that minister or not? If Habib introduces me to that minister, and tomorrow I become the minister's closest friend, there's no doubt that Habib will act stingy about it. So you need to understand that if you want to eliminate stinginess, You have to be fully committed to the other person's benefit. If I do something beneficial for you, say I introduce you to a third person to move forward with them, and you ignore my benefit, I feel stingy. You need to pay attention to the benefit. If someone introduces you to another person or creates an opportunity for you to advance, there are 3 fundamental principles. First is money. If I know that by introducing you to a third person, I will get paid, then I'll introduce you. A job I can't do, you can. I'll introduce you to that person. I'll tell you to do the job, and you should give me a percentage once you get paid. Second is trust, belief, and affection. I care about you. I believe in you. I trust you, because you have spiritual value for me. And the third thing, very important. I'm introducing you because I want to raise my status, advance my abilities. Here's an example. I'll start with a small part. I work in an office. In that office, I am a coordinating manager. The reason Mirzakan made me the manager was because he himself was uneducated. He didn't really understand things. And whenever we had meetings with other departments, he would say, "Look, I'm personally busy. I'll send my coordinator to the meeting instead. All the managers are present, but my manager isn't there. I'm just his coordinator." Everyone says, "We're all managers. So what's this coordinator doing here?" In the meeting, I stand up, and everyone sees that the coordinator is actually pretty formidable. How much could his manager possibly know? They don't realize my manager is totally uneducated. But in my manager's whole office, I was respected. Everyone in the office treated me with respect. If they saw me, they'd get nervous and greet me politely, saying, "Hello, sir." Everyone would ask, "Who is this guy? Does anyone know Shakib?" He's the coordinator, and that's his manager. "Ma'am, if Shakib is this knowledgeable, this dangerous, and can argue so well, then how smart must his manager be?" That's why they gave me such a high position. Why did he introduce me to that position? Was it so I could become famous there? Or so I could get some benefits? No, it was so he could protect his own privileges. And what's interesting is that when fame reaches its peak, and it feels like I'm about to take someone's place, not just coordinate, they quickly get rid of whoever they put in charge. So whenever someone introduces you to a position, be careful. Maybe it's because you help boost their branding. So you shouldn't lose that person's trust. Whatever reason you were introduced to them for, you should return that favor to them. The second part is that they care about you. For example, I want my brother to be introduced to my friends. I want my uncle's son to be introduced to my friends. I want my close friend to be introduced to my friends. Suppose I have 2 close friends, both working in 2 different fields. I want them to work together because I care about both of them, and their progress means my own progress as well. And lastly, there's the matter of money. Usually, introductions are made for money. A lot of people say, "Hey, I have a friend, but he won't introduce me to his boss." Maybe your boss wants something from you, or your friend wants you to pay him. So that's why he doesn't introduce you to his boss. So, if you want to build connections in life, you should always pay attention to these 3 things. If someone wants money from you, give them money. If someone likes you, be loyal to them. If someone wants to keep their trust in you, maintain that trust, because that's how you could expand your connections. But we often make a mistake thinking that just because someone greets us, like "Hello, boss," "Good morning," "How are you?" that means we're definitely in with them at the office. But maybe that's not the case. So in this regard, it's up to you to pay attention to these things, because sometimes we assume that just by talking, we'll maintain the connection or get a meeting. Building these relationships or meeting important people in general is a matter of chance. It can never be planned out, and that's a very important point. In Afghanistan, most people think that if they meet with a boss, their meeting should be planned. They want a specific day to be set for them, a specific time to be set, so that they can meet in depth on that day and at that time. If it happens to you, like my own first meeting, it took us 3 weeks and we still couldn't fix a single time to have a fixed plan for just one meeting. One time was set, I was busy. Another time was set, you had gone to the valley. Another time was set, you came, but I wasn't at my beloved's house. Another time was set, I was there, but you weren't. Why? Because important people can't have fixed plans. You have to take advantage of chance. Many of us schedule meetings with important people. If they repeatedly postpone, you might get frustrated and decide not to go. However, that person isn't to blame. They are important. They are busy. They have problems. They have important things to do. And you have to meet with them. You have to work with them. I have a friend. I won't mention his name, but he's sitting right here in this room. Usually, conflicts get worse if you try to avoid them. But the doctor doesn't call you. The doctor doesn't ask about you. So what should I do? I tell him, look, I'm busy. Do your own work. But if you have a problem somewhere, let me know. If I don't respond to your problem, come and insist. Push me if you have to. That's how it should be. In the same way, I have a boss who is a really good person. At the media company where I work, he's a good person. I'm honestly impressed by this person's character. I have a boss, and I never say that I want to meet with you. When I meet him, I message beforehand. Sir, if you could spare time, I need to discuss something important. And even if my point isn't actually important, I want to make him feel that it is. I want to make him feel that by listening to this, he will benefit. I want to make him feel that if he doesn't listen to me or doesn't give me time, it will be his loss. When he hears the message, first I show that I appreciate his time, meaning if you give me your time, I am grateful to you. After that, I move on to say that it's a very important matter, so let's discuss what it could be. Then I continue by saying that some very significant changes could happen. Okay, come on, give me your time. When I try to explain, I come across as humble, and when I clarify things, she laughs a lot and gets upset. I want to pay attention to you. Seeing you is important to me, but this isn't the main issue. When I talk to her, even though I have something important to say, it's not like what I'm saying is unimportant. But I say it in a way that she can see herself in it. I say it in a way that she can see her own benefit in it. So if you think you'll get fixed time with a boss, that's not going to happen. I messaged the boss for a meeting today. After no reply from email, text, or WhatsApp, I knock on his door and ask, does the boss have time? Can we talk for 2 minutes? It's me. I need it. I require it. So I have to keep saying that I messaged you and you didn't reply. But at the end of the day, who loses out? Me. So every time you meet an important person, it's all about chance. It's chance. Any friend I have who is ahead of me, it's because of a helper. We had something special. I'm busy with you in this interview. Many called, but I didn't pick up because I was in the interview. Later at night, he just said this to me. Doctor, I called you, you didn't answer, so I left. I still haven't forgotten it to this day. He could have said to me, by God, doctor, I needed you. Why didn't you answer? He could have said that, but he didn't, because that's not what humanity is about. To this day, I am grateful to him. So you should know that when you talk to important people, there are 3 main principles that matter. First, when you meet someone by chance, no matter how much they ignore you, don't complain. Second, when you do meet them, talk less about yourself and highlight their qualities more, because then they are the important person and you seek their attention. Third, try to save important topics for the next meeting so that they feel compelled to meet with you again. For example, after a meeting with my boss, I'd approach him again and say, Boss, it's tough to make money, and our office faces a serious fund shortage. I have a plan, and if you have time, I'd like to tell you about it. We could make a lot of money. No plan. I say this so my boss thinks I have a plan to make money, and he keeps a positive impression. I'll tell you more later. Now, when I leave the office, I have time to think about how to bring income. That guy says when I'm out of work, I should meet someone to find where the money is. So, my next meeting is already fixed in advance. We often fail to leverage our advantages. Instead, we market ourselves to the boss, believing self-importance will improve things. Many approach others with nothing, yet boast of wealth and status. The listener then thinks, I wanted to help this person, but they're already so rich. My help would be insignificant. He came to you because he saw something special in you. Brother, he came because you have something. Honestly, he just wanted to help me out. So whatever you told that person, he was ready to give you 5 lakh rupees. Honestly, that guy was really arrogant, saying things like, I don't need anything. I have my own car, this and that. What does a lot mean? I never tell anyone I have money. Why would I? I just want to be the best in this group, but I'm not. Anyone who tries to present themselves as the best in this group actually takes on all responsibilities. The moment you say you're the best, all responsibilities fall on you. You'll be serving tea, serving food, and even washing dishes yourself. So be careful. If you want to make progress in life, try to be the simplest person in the group. I'm working hard on one thing, and it's the hardest because my problem is I talk a lot. I shouldn't talk. In other matters, I shouldn't get too involved either. Silence. Stay as quiet as you can. Listen more to others. Now, without further ado, and without any unnecessary delays or complications, we can proceed directly to the next crucial stage of our discussion. This allows us to delve deeply into the intricate details and explore the various facets of the subject matter at hand, ensuring a comprehensive understanding for everyone involved. We are now in a position to move forward seamlessly and efficiently, addressing all pertinent points with clarity and precision, thereby maximizing our productivity and achieving our objectives effectively.